Hello and welcome to Chip Off with the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff, and today this is a late night live stream. I decided to do it because I was on another friend's live stream earlier today, and actually about an hour ago, and I did not have a chance to finish this. And what is this? This is set number 10144, and this is a really cool set because it was released in 2005. It has a little less than 2,000 pieces, and I believe it's 11 minifigures. Anyway, before the move, I wrecked it, put it in plastic gallon bags, and well, it's been sitting there ever since and just haven't had a chance to get to it. And I decided to get to it tonight to help my friend out on his live stream, and unfortunately I wasn't able to finish it, so I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to head to bed. But hey, if you're here, I appreciate it. Hit that like button and subscribe. If you ever thought about subscribing, go ahead and do that. I appreciate it. And also don't forget that my live streams are Enzo approved now. But anyway, let me go ahead and switch cameras, and I'll go ahead and we'll just get this done. So for those of you who don't know, Star Wars is actually one of my favorite themes, and I tried to set this live stream up. I said stream. Star Wars is one of my favorite themes, not streams. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, and hello, thanks for joining me. But yeah, this is one of my favorite streams and themes. See, I can't even say it right. Maybe I should have gone to bed. But anyway, I'm happy to put this together, and then I can display it downstairs with my other sets. And if you don't watch my channel on a regular basis, I'll tell you, I do a monthly feature on this channel that is called the Lego Collection Tour. And it's usually monthly or bi-monthly. And what I do is I go ahead and just walk you around. And if you've been watching my videos, you'll know. But if you don't know, I'll still tell you the stuff that's changed over the last month or two since I did the last one. So I have been missing some pieces on this. If I am missing pieces, depending on how important it is, I may have to leave and go get it out in the shop. And for those who don't know, I have a 2,400 square foot shop out there, and let's see, with all my Legos in it. So anyway, hey Suzanne, how you doing? And I think you were on the other live stream that I was on earlier, the one I'm just talking about. Gonna set this aside. Yeah, I'm just not able to shut things off sometimes in my brain and go to sleep, and this was going to bother me if I didn't get it done before I went to bed. So here I am getting it done. Suzanne, how are you doing this evening? I'm doing pretty good. Really, I've got a lot of things to kind of work on right now, and it's just nice to have the opportunity to work on it. And also, I'm just excited because me and Mrs. Chip have been talking, and we've been trying to figure out when's the next time we can see each other, because she's in a different state serving in the military, and we think that Thanksgiving's the next time. That is kind of far off, but I'm grateful for that opportunity. I'm actually going to see Mrs. Chip's dad before I'm going to see Mrs. Chip, because he's coming to Utah. I live in Idaho, and where he's going is just about an hour and a half south of me. So we'll meet up. We'll probably have dinner, have some fun. But he's a cool guy. I've always liked my father-in-law. So anyway, how are you doing this evening, and what are you up to? Good, hiding, calling an early night. Okay. All right. And Suzanne, do you if you're not comfortable answering the question, don't worry about it. I just for conversation's sake, and also just to get to know you a little bit. You have kids, grandkids, that kind of thing? I got to turn this air conditioner on. I'm sweating like a stuck pig. There we go. It is just hot. It's not really hot up here. It's just really what do you call it? Humid because it rained a whole bunch here tonight. So we're normally not humid here. It's the desert. So, but every now and again we get blessed with a lot of that. And tonight is one of that nights we got that humidity. And you said Mrs. Chip Hale. Okay. I've been shirking my mod duties. All right. Well, so do you mod for a couple different channels? Let's see. Well, it looks like I'm missing a piece, but it's not a critical piece, so I am not going to leave and go get it. All right, just make sure that I have everything else going on here. Looking pretty good. Wow, this is nuts, the amount of detail on this guy. But I like it. I like it when it's got detail like this. 3 daughters, 6 grandkids, and one that I've been raising since he's 4 days old. Wow. Well, I can imagine what you're going through with that. One of my granddaughters, I don't want to say too much because I'm not trying to offend, and occasionally my family watches. So what I will say is that one of my daughters was not being a responsible parent. I'll leave it at that. And my oldest granddaughter, I have had temporary custody of her a couple times. And if your experience is anything like mine, it's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of stress. So it's kind of both. Because I don't know about you, but I don't handle things quite as well or easily as I did when I had my kids when I was much younger. So I commend you for doing round 2. Oh, more than you would believe. And everyone decided to go live at the same time today. Yeah, my boy's 15 years old now. Cool. My granddaughter is only 6. So, and I have to say that I'm proud of my daughter. She's been being a lot more responsible to the point where I have not had to take care of my grandchildren. Well, let's see, how long has it been? 3 years ago? Yeah, that's 3 years. So, oh, that's right. It was her 3rd birthday the day before she left. So, yeah. You got a great boy. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Is he into the Legos too? Yeah, I can't really get into the nitty-gritty of what happened, but I can say she had it rough being a mother. The father of the child was he did some really stupid things. That's all I can say, and I think that really put pressure on my daughter to the point where I think she broke a little bit, and she needed time to recover. And I'm just glad that, and I really mean this. I'm really glad that my granddaughter came to me and to my home rather than being in the foster system where I may have not have ever gotten her back, or it would have been a lot harder to get her back to my daughter. So I'm grateful for that experience. Oh, shoot. I didn't grab pieces while I was out there. Okay. So I'm short a few more pieces, but they're not critical. They're just here on the bottom. So I will be all right. Oh, loves Legos, loves Skyrim. You know something? I got a son who's 20, and he still plays Skyrim and Elder Scrolls and sometimes GTA and Roblox. I'm not into that stuff too much. The only thing I ever occasionally play, but it's not very often because I don't have time, and that is Minecraft. My son got me hooked. Well, I can't say hooked, but he got me into it, and I was into it a lot at one point, and now I just don't have time, so I don't really indulge in that. But it's not a bad. That's not a bad game at all. I like it. I got you, no need. All right. My boy's autistic of super smart. Super smart. Love Minecraft. Hey, you know something? I think you were the one that I was saying that too. That the lady I work for, she has 3 daughters, and they're all autistic. And I'm not going to claim to be an expert on it. I'm not, but I do at least understand some things about it, and that's a challenge. But hey, I am glad. Sounds like you're doing well in spite of those challenges, and so I'd like to say, hey, good job. And that's not me just patronizing. I really mean that because I see what my boss goes through, and yeah, it can be challenging is the easiest thing I could say, and that's probably an understatement. So just like Mad TV, which used to be one of my favorite things to watch, Judge, if I had a hat, I'd tip it in your direction. He's homeschooled and has a job, mine as well, all but but all high function. Okay, hey, that's awesome. Um, I don't want to use her first name, my boss, but um, I know that one of her daughters is she's high functioning as well, and sometimes um, she doesn't work there full time at the place I work at. She's kind of very part time. Only does like getting the mail, running the bank's deposits and stuff like that. Um, but I will say that in spite of all the challenges, like I can't tell sometimes that she is autistic. It's only when certain things happen that trigger things, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, no doubt she is autistic. And I don't mean that to be insulting. I think you know what I'm talking about. Out of all people, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. That there's just certain things that trigger, um, that usually trigger autistic people with autism. And I'm trying to say, I'm sorry, I'm tired. I don't mean to be tripping all over myself, but I'm tired. So, yeah, it's definitely a challenge. And I think I shared with you too that my oldest daughter had some mental health challenges growing up, and that's made it very interesting for me and Mrs. Chip. Um, but I wouldn't trade her for anything. I love my daughter, and now she's 26, and she holds down a job and everything. So, um, very proud of her. Okay, so now we're going to build the side of this thing. Again, I hope all the pieces are here. So, anyway. I tried to set this up on Rumble, but Rumble did not want to cooperate, so I just gave up on it and just said, you know what, I'll just come here and do it instead of trying to fool with Rumble and its nonsense. Susanna says it can be a real pain in the butt, but having so many geniuses in the room at the same time, always an argument or a debate. Um, yeah, I can definitely attest to that. Because that girl that works with us, and you know, I don't want to use her first name. I don't want to use names at all, but because she's high functioning, she's funny. Like she'll even tell her mom, "Hey, you're not allowed to start something else till you finish this." And she's really intelligent. Oh, Mrs. Chip is U.S. Army. Um, oh man, nuts! I am missing pieces that I'm gonna need right away. Shoot. And I don't have any of them here. The only thing for me to do is go out and get it. And so I have the house I have, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to tell you, I'll be gone. Well, if I get the pieces, I'll be gone for a minute. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to get it. There's no way. I need that piece. Yeah, it's definitely not brown. It's definitely black. Shoot. Let's see how far. Well, not that far. I can't get that far without it. Oh, that's all right. I actually have a nephew who's a Marines, though. And that's something that in my family, there's a long line of military service. I tried to get in when I was 17, but I was born with a heart condition that was fixed when I was 2. However, because of the condition that it was, the military rejected me. And so I was unable to join the military. And that crushed me for a while. But you know what? I got through it and I made other plans. So, shoot. I'm going to have to run out there. I need that piece right here or else I can't continue. And I know I'm going to need it on the other side, so I'll grab 2 of them. So I hate to do this, but I'm going to be gone maybe about 2 minutes. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I ran, so I'm out of breath. So Suzanne, were you on the live stream with Rancor Steve earlier? You gotta be kidding me. All right. Sorry, it looks like I'm missing some more pieces, but I am refusing to go out there at this point. So I'm going to substitute with a different color, hoping that I don't need that other color when I come back, or when I get there. Sorry, because maybe I used the wrong color somewhere else. It's unusual to be short this many pieces, especially. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but the way that I take apart my sets is very carefully. And so I would really be surprised if I'm missing this many pieces, although that is completely possible for me to be a dunce and to make those sort of mistakes. Oh, I knew I should have grabbed more of those. Oh, boy. Okay, well, looks like I'm going to have to make another trip out there. I apologize for that, but when the time comes on the other side, I'm sure they're going to ask for the same exact pieces. All right. So now we got the Sandcrawler, and we've got the other side here, or I should say one side. All right, so it's coming together like the front, where it has the multi-angles, and I'm sure that the next side is going to be this side. And I picked up pieces that I was missing on the bottom too, because I remembered that I was missing them. So I grabbed those. So let me throw those on real quick. There really isn't a whole lot left to this, because basically when I get to this point, you basically only have the other side right here, and then you got the little, it looks kind of like a lab, but it's not right here. And then you got the roof, and that's really about it if you think about it. I do like the little turning wheels right here, though. It's a pretty cool little touch on here. But let me get started here. All right, so in case you saw the live stream with Steve, this will be a repeat, but I like to tell my jokes, and I try to tell jokes that are not politically charged. That's easier said than done. So tonight I'll share a couple of jokes with you. I think I'm going to do it when I come back, though, from grabbing the pieces, because it looks like I need those pieces a lot sooner than I thought. I maybe even need more than I thought even. Just looking around the table. Oh, no, here it is. But I am short a piece. And actually, I know I'm going to be short a couple of them because the other side was short. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and grab a few more than what I think I need, just to get it out of the way and not have to keep going out there. So I apologize, but I need to run out to my shop real quick and grab a piece that's missing from this set. And because this set is one that I've built before and taken apart, sometimes I'm just missing pieces, and that's what's going on here. But you know what's really fun about building a set like this, though, when you dump it all on the table, is that when you first start out, it's really hard to do this, and you feel like there's going to be no end to it, because it's really hard to find the first several pieces, and then all of a sudden, it all clicks into place. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I did that wrong, way wrong. Oh shoot! I'm glad I caught that. All right, let's put this together. All right, guys, I'm going to run out there, and I'm going to grab them pieces, and be back as soon as I can. Okay, so I am back again. Sorry about that. Since this piece keeps eluding me, and I just went ahead and grabbed the whole entire drawer. So okay, I promised some jokes. So let me pull one up here. I know plenty of them, but let's see if I can find anything good. If not, I'll go with my memory bank here. So if you would, though, guys, hit that like button. I'd appreciate that. Okay. Well, I didn't find a joke that I liked, so let me pull one out of the memory bank. Here it is. All right. So there's this politician, and he dies. And when he gets up to heaven, St. Peter says to him, "What's your name?" God gives him the name. He says, "Oh, I see you're a politician on earth." And he says, "I was. Is that going to be a problem?" St. Peter says, "No, but we do have special rules. And those special rules are that you get to try out heaven for a day and hell for a day. And then we let you choose which one you want to go to." So the politician says, "Okay. Well, which one do you want to go to first?" And he's like, "Well, do I really have to do this?" And he says, "Yes, you do. It's rules and I can't get around them." He goes, Okay. Let me try heaven first." So the next day, the politician goes to heaven and he sees people singing praises and that kind of thing. And he really thinks it's kind of boring, just hearing the harps all day long. And he can't wait for the day to end. But when it does, he says to St. Peter, he says, "What's next?" He said, "Well, you got to try out hell next." So he tries out hell. And when he gets there, he's a little afraid because he's thinking to himself that hell's going to be a barren wasteland, and it's just not going to be that great with lava rivers, people being tortured, people screaming, that kind of stuff. So he's not too excited to try it out, but rules are the rules. He's got to try it. So he does. And when he gets to hell, he's walking around, and eventually he runs into Satan. And when he runs into Satan, Satan says to Satan, he says, "I was expecting a barren wasteland. Why is there this beautiful casino hotel right here?" And Satan says, "Well, hell's been misrepresented in church and in the scriptures." He says, we've got this hotel casino here, and I mean, it's got all the food you'd ever want, and you can gamble all you want, and it's other people's money, so if you lose it, it's not a big deal. Hey, Rancor Steve, how you doing? And then he says, and you can have all the prostitutes you ever wanted. So he says to himself, "This doesn't sound too bad." Oh boy, I'm short another piece. Anyways, he tries it out, likes it, and the next day he goes back, and St. Peter says, "Well, you made your decision?" He says, "I sure have. I want to go to hell." So he goes to hell, and when he gets there, there's no more casino. There's just a barren wasteland, and people being tortured, lava rivers, all that good stuff. And he meets up with the devil, and the devil's no longer got a nice suit on. It's all messed up. And he says, "Well, wait a minute. I don't understand. Yesterday, it was beautiful, and today it's just crazy out here. It's a wreck." And Satan says, "Well, you should understand that, given your profession." And he says, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, yesterday I was campaigning for you to come here. Today you voted. So, yeah. Oh, you are still looking. Yeah, so am I. It's kind of frustrating because I really thought I had them all, but there is no way around this. I'm gonna need to go. I'm gonna need to go out there again and grab some pieces. So I'm just trying to get several steps ahead to see if I need more pieces than what I think, because I don't want to keep running out there. But I'm glad I did it because it looks like I do need another piece coming up here. Oh, no, I don't. It is right here. That's right, I forgot because it's a sticker. All right. But I still need the other piece, though. Off to the shop. Yes, it is. Gonna run out there again. The only problem is we had a lot of rain, and I'm figuring I got a leak somewhere because when I was out there, my lights went out, so I had to use my cell phone flashlight. That roof had 30 leaks in it before, and I had it fixed, and well, apparently something's wrong with the electrical in there, so I'm gonna have to. I might be gone just a touch bit longer this time because I gotta pull out my keys and pop open that breaker box and hit it. So, all right, I'll be right back. So I am back. Well, Steve, if it makes you feel any better, I'm losing all my pieces tonight. I was kidding. Got to catch my breath again. I do like the Star Wars movies a lot. They are my favorites, and they've always been my favorite movies ever since being a kid. And I have to admit, I had a job At the time Star Wars Legos came out, I didn't even know they came out. I was working a particular job where I managed 45 people, and I was in my early 20s. I wasn't that experienced, but I had this job. I had a brand new home, so I really couldn't quit the job even though I didn't like it. And I'll admit I had a really, really bad day. And I was really stressed out about a lot of different things because I was thinking to myself, how am I going to keep going? There's just so many problems with this job. The turnover's bad. It was a real challenge. Anyway, I stepped into a Target store, and I didn't even know there were Star Wars Legos. And the first Star Wars Lego set I ever saw was the Millennium Falcon, the original one with the big old quarter dome top pieces, 4 of them. And that just made my day. I was so excited, and it was a complete stress reliever for the crappy day that I was having. And I'll never forget that. That was my first Star Wars Lego set ever. No, I had plenty of other Lego sets. They just weren't Star Wars. Okay. Well, hot dog. I am missing yet another piece. And I don't think I have that here. Tell you what, if I'm missing this piece, I'm not going to go get it. I do have a canister of spare parts here. Okay. So I don't have the exact part that belongs in here, but I do have something similar that I could use. And since this one's going to be hidden, I'll replace it with that one. That's how I'm going to handle that because I don't want to go back to that shop. Like I said, the lights went out on it, so it's crazy. All right, now we need to do some of these. Oh, actually, this one's going to be hidden. Okay, well, not a problem. There we go. All right, hopefully that's, oh, so now we got the roof piece, so we don't need this just yet. Well, I've got a whole entire backlog of sets that I need to build because when I moved 2.5 years ago, I never got around to rebuilding the sets that I took apart for the build or for the move. So I need to do it anyway. So maybe I'll do more of these streams where it's just me putting together older sets. Sure the heck it'd be cheaper than buying new ones all the time, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I need this up here, 2 more here. Never asked for anything ever. Yeah, and you're right about that. I need to start putting away money for my boy. He'll be 16 years old at Christmas, and I want to get him large Lego sets to build. It's been a year since he's gotten them. He's such a great kid. Hey, that is awesome, man. Um, I don't know what kind of deals they have in Canada. Um, I know a lady who owns. It's not a bricks and minifigures. But it's like a bricks and minifigures. It's a secondhand Lego store, and they're an awesome family. But I understand the shipping to Canada is like unreal expensive. So I don't know if I'd be able to help you out there, but if I could, I really would. Um, and occasionally, I have sets that I no longer want. I go through that uh, lady I was just telling you about, and I sell my stuff through her. These angles are a little bit weird. I like the set though. I'm not complaining about it. I think it's great. Yeah, Suzanne, I go in there not too much anymore because my newer job, but I used to go in there all the time. But the next time I'll stop in there, I'll see what they have. I have. Actually, I don't even know what I have. Shoot. I do have a Bricklink store, but I'm not. I feel shameless plugging it here, so I won't. Um, oh, well, I missed a few things. Let me. All right, let's get it done. Cool. Those are the right ones. All right. I like how hollow this thing is, to be honest, because it's really unusual. Well, I guess some of the bigger Technic ones can be hollow, but I think it's a little unusual for it to be this hollow. There's nothing really in here. The only thing that really goes in here that has much detail is this little thing that goes right in here. So we'll be building that. I don't know when, but soon. It's all part of the build. Oh, here it is. And this right here is a very interesting piece. It's a very large, just like brick. It's not in too many, actually. I don't know many other sets it's in. As a kid, I would have put G.I. Joe in it. Yeah, I used to have a lot of G.I. Joes myself and little Star Wars action figures. Boy, it's been quite a many years. Okay, so I need. I don't like it when it's like the black on black. I have so much trouble seeing it in the instructions. All right. You know, this dark orange is actually one of my favorite colors in Lego. I started building a giant hotel a while back, and I haven't worked on it for a long time, and that's mostly because I just don't have the room to build it right now. My space is an absolute mess out there. I'm working on it, cleaning that up. But anyway, uh, the hotel is made primarily of this dark orange color. And that was the point I was trying to get to. Kind of a long way to get to it, but there you go. I really hope to be able to start working on that hotel again soon. Okay. Well, I am missing a piece, but I'm going to see if I can get by without it because I'm not in the mood to go back out there again. All right, let's do this here. My parents bought me anything and everything Barbie. When I asked for G.I. Joe, they got worried. I said, how else can Barbie get married? Then later they came out with a Ken doll. That's cool. I had a Ken doll growing up. I got them for Christmas. I can't remember how old I was. I admit, though, I wasn't into it at all. And it really surprised my parents. And they were just like, what do you mean you don't like it? And it's like, I don't like it. Okay, well, I'm short one of those two, but oh no, I'm not. It's right there. I might have the piece that's missing here over there, so I don't have to go to the shop. I'll need to check, but I definitely don't have the other piece that's missing, unless this is it. This has got to be it. I'll bet you anything. It is it. And you know what? I'm not missing the piece. It's the one with the sticker on it. Thank goodness. I didn't want to go anywhere. All right. Let's see what we can do here. And you know, in the other live stream, I was talking about that job interview that I had this week. I honestly do feel like I dodged a bullet with that. That was so insane. I would have not have been happy working there. So, um, okay, so and a friend of mine, a neighbor, um, they know of somebody else who owns electricity company, electrician company, and so I'm going to talk to them this week and see if I can talk to them about or an apprenticeship and get started there so that I can continue my dream of being an electrician. I'm lurking. Well, you are always welcome to lurk, and sometimes I lurk on your channel as well, man. Don't mean to, but sometimes I'm in the thick of things, and I'm just like, hey, you know what? Let me see what Steve's got going on. Okay, so I am missing this piece right here, but like I said, I'm just gonna do this and leave a gap here. And since this kind of just slides into this thing over here, it's not going to be a big deal. I can peel it off later and add the piece. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, shoot. I am missing a ton of those. But it is not actually that important because that's the very top of it. So I'll leave it there. Where's Legoland? There's a Legoland in Southern California. I don't know where else there is one. There might be one in Florida. I do know there's one in Germany because when I lived in Germany, we talked about going. We never did. I know what a Lego fan I am. Never went, but we talked about going several times, and yeah, I'd still like to go. And I agree with you, Steve. I think they'd have to pull me away crawling and kicking and screaming. My boy works for Northern Nutritional. They process flaxseed and oils to make 16 an hour. Then he works. Oh, dang. That is freaking awesome. Of course, I'm forgive my ignorance because I know you're in Canada. Um, is the exchange rate pretty close? I know at one time it was really close, like 1-to-1 for the Canadian dollar to the American dollar. But I really forgive my ignorance. I have no idea what it is today. Is it pretty close? Oh yeah, Germany, hands down, that's my favorite place that we've ever been assigned to. I didn't care for my wife's command. They were real a-holes to me, but and so were some of the guys too, because I kept hearing from everybody, "How come you're not in the military? How come you're not in the military?" And it's like, well, first of all, I don't have to tell you. Second of all, if I told you that I had a heart condition and they wouldn't accept me, I'm pretty sure you're going to feel stupid for saying that stuff to me. But anyway, that was a challenge, because I didn't get any respect with her being in the military. They just thought I was pretty much worthless because I was a guy and I wasn't in the military and she was. But you know what? I got nothing but glowing things to say about Mrs. Chip. She could have chose any other way to make money, and she wanted to serve her country. So who am I to say that was a bad idea? And actually, I don't think it was. I'm very proud of her. She's been in the military, and not just in the military. She's done a really good job in the military. She's got a few awards. So I'm very proud of her. Very much so. Okay, and let's see. The boy only works when he wants to, but I'm sending him back to work next week. Hell no, your money is worth more than ours. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I know, like I said, way back in the day, I remember seeing the little Lego little things, pamphlets they put in the new sets, and it used to have the Canadian dollar on there being pretty close to the American dollar. But yeah, like I just admitted, that's like how many thousands of years ago? I'm just kidding. I'm not that old. I am old though. So I don't mean to get political, but I am curious. Suzanne, when those truckers were, I don't want to say rioting, protesting is more the right word, about the vaccines and stuff, like, what was the final outcome of that? Because they covered it in the news here a lot when it first started, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared and I didn't hear anything about it. Now it's starting to look like a Sandcrawler, isn't it? We got a roof here to go, and I think we got a little bit right here, and it looks like we'll be done with this thing. And Suzanne says, that being said, I know full-grown men that don't make his wage. Well, that's awesome that he has those opportunities. That sounds just really cool. And yeah. Yeah, I've been struggling. I had a really good job up until December, and in December I got laid off. And since being laid off, I don't think I've ever. Actually, I know I haven't recovered, which is why I'm thinking about a career doing electrician work. Because again, I'm not trying to cry and complain about what happened. What happened. I'm sure they had their reasons for laying me off, and part of it is because automation, because AI. So I'm not too mad about it. It's going to happen. It has happened before in the economy. So I'm trying to get a job and get into a field where, I'm sorry, but I can't ever see machines automating electrician work. So that's why I'm trying to get into that. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they will be able to figure it out, but I doubt it, because you'd have to have a robot that could do it. And as far as I know, robots are not into doing that. And I sincerely cannot see this. What the heck is going on here? Okay, I did it wrong. Let me fix that. And Mrs. Chip retires from the military in about 3 years. And so that's another reason that I'm trying to get into another job that pays really well and it's not going to be going away, because I have a lot of respect for Mrs. Chip being in the military, and I'd like her to be able to take it easy after being in for 20 years when she retires. Oh, Freedom Convoy. The government froze bank accounts if you donated to them. They froze your accounts. Well, that doesn't sound very democratic to me. I'm not trying to criticize, but then again, I don't know how Canada's set up. Do you guys have like freedom of speech there? And I'm sorry, I'm really ignorant, so I'm not trying to put down your culture in any sort of way. I hope you don't take it that way. I just don't know. And did they ever unfreeze the accounts, or I mean, like, how does that work? Did you have to open new accounts? I mean, like, again, I'm just very ignorant of everything that happened there, but interested. Some folks were vaccinated, a whole bunch weren't. Yeah, same here. And I was actually living in the state of Utah when that was a very, I want to say it carefully, sought after or pushed on, they were really pushing the vaccine. Utah actually came out with a law that said that employers could not discriminate against people who decided not to get vaxxed. So there was kind of a mixed reaction here about all of it. Well, got some bad news. I am not going to be able to continue because there's only this left in the little roof. Well, maybe I'll skip this little roof then. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll skip it. But yeah, I'm short pieces. And then I need 4 of these. And it looks like I only have 3. So I'm short some more pieces. Now, what's that right there? Oh, okay, those go on there. Okay. Let's put, well, I only have 1 of those, so I'm short 1 of those too. I don't have many. I have a few Bionicles, but I never really got into them, to be honest. So for me to do a stream on it, I'd have to dig them up. And I don't even know if everything's complete, to be perfectly honest. Hero Factory, I don't have any of those at all. So I apologize for that, but it's just something I never collected. But it's good to see you, Lady Pop Bear. And if you feel like I'm doing a good job, please hit the like button. And if you don't, that's okay too. Oh, that's what this is about. I was wondering. Okay, so I put this inside of a bag to protect it because it's string, and here it is. I need it. Let's see. Tony's on his way over. She sounds like she's really cool. Um, and I talking about Mrs. Chip. Um, I have nothing but respect for her. I've had, I think I've already kind of alluded to this, but I've had my share of health problems, and I've always gone back to work as soon as I can. And thank goodness probably the last 12 years, I haven't had anything too serious. I've had a couple surgeries, but the kind that only put you out for a little bit instead of uh, months and months. And so I've pretty much worked for the last 12 years without too many problems. But she stepped in and made sure this family didn't that we had what we needed. And so I really have respect for her because I'll be honest with you, not everyone will do that. Oh, eventually, Lady Drop Bear, I'm not too familiar with Discord, um, but if that's what's going on, I agree with you. I don't think that's. I would be upset if that happened to my grandkids, but God, I didn't know what was going on. I know there was some talk about Twitch just basically kind of being, I don't know how to put it. I don't know the right word, but there was a lot of. I heard. I don't have a Twitch account. I've never been on it, but I had heard there was some controversy over Twitch even because of the fact that they didn't police themselves too well, and there were things that were inappropriate for children on there. But I don't actually know because I was never on there. All right, so we just put that in here. I think this is coming along very nicely. And we've only got a little bit left to go. And a little bit left to go and we're done. Okay. Wow, looks like I'm missing a lot of pieces here towards the end. It's a good thing it's towards the end, right? And I can just run out and get it later. Hi, Sonic. How you doing? Oh, yeah. You know what, Suzanne? That's probably one of the best ideas right there to make sure you're well aware of what's going on. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm not really on Discord at all. Um, the only time I've ever used it was there was a short amount of time that my lug was using it to communicate with each other. We decided to go with a different. Once we became a recognized lug, there's a different way to do that kind of stuff, and we did that. Okay, so I'm not even on Discord anymore. Okay, so we're done. And oh, I do have all the minifigures. They're in this baggie here, and I will actually let's take them out. Wow, Wow, this guy took a hit. Let's put them back together here real quick. Okay, so we have the Gonk droid here, the power droid. We've got 3 Jawas. I don't know who this guy is. We all know who this is. And we all know who that is. And we all know who these 2 droids are. The ones that cause all kinds of trouble in the galaxy. No, I'm just kidding. They did not. And then, and this guy here, I don't remember him in the movie, but here he is part of the set. So, yes, I've got all the figures here and everything else. I do appreciate you guys being here. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And I will catch you guys on the next one. I hope that you have a great rest of your night.